Pete, can you tell me a little bit about the cost of constructing this home?
Well, a home is a tricky thing to determine the exact cost, because the biggest cost of a home is what goes inside of the home. I figure I'll have this total house bricked and plastered and roof on it for roughly $30,000 to $32,000, and it depends on what I put on the inside. But I should be able to build this house for $70,000 US. And remember, I have 2,500 square feet for $70,000. The last house I built was 6 years ago here in Mexico, and that house cost me $30 a square foot. I think this house is going to cost me about $35 a square foot, somewhere in that ballpark. But I'm shooting for a $70,000 finish home.
How does that compare for if you were building a home, well, just like this in the United States?
Well, in the States, it depends on the regions, but coming from the South, my friends tell me that the cost in Louisiana is about $100 a square foot. I've got friends from Canada, and their homes were paying up to $200 a square foot, where I'll build this house for roughly $35 a foot. It can be built for $30 a foot. It can be built for $40. Depends on what kind of tile you select and what kind of windows you put in. But medium quality is or maybe even better than medium quality. $35 a foot ought to do it, especially if you run your own job.
Tell me, how long will it take you from the day you started constructing this thing till the time you finish the whole house and you can move in here?
We're going to move in December. I'll guarantee you we will be in here before this year is over.
And when did you start the construction?
On this house, it started 4 weeks ago.
So that was
digging the foundation, putting in all the foundation, putting all these cement carenas in, the brickwork, all these rebars, all started. This is the 4th week.
So that was about the first week of June you started.
Probably the first week of July. In August. Yeah, and I think the roof, they'll be finished all the brickwork in 3 more weeks, and then we will start the roof, and it's all going to be brick bovedas, and that'll take about because I have cupolas going on top of the bovedas. That'll take about 3 to 4 weeks. And then they'll plaster the outside and the inside, and while that's being done, electricity and plumbing will be done.
Pete, I wonder if you could tell the readers a little bit about foundations here in Mexico, about soil engineering requirements and inspections and that kind of stuff.
As you can see here, this as people would call it, this part of the foundation, it goes down below ground level approximately 2 feet to where we have a stone base. And when we have a stone base, we stop there and come up 2 feet to ground level. And then from ground level, we had to raise this 4 feet up to be level, because the house has to be level because the terrain it has a slight angle, which is great for drainage. We don't have a standing water on this property because it is on an angle, all going to the front. So this is part of the foundation, but being when you build like that, you spend a lot more money building this wall this high for being level, plus you have to fill all of this with packing soil, which is the red soil to your left. That packs all this void in here. And if you come over this way and look down, you'll see how much void is actually in here, and this will all be packed with that soil. You put that packing soil in 20 centimeters at a time, and then you use a ballerina, which is a compactor, and you compact the soil, put 20 centimeters in, compact it until you reach the top here, and then that's where you're going to end up having your cement. If you don't do it that way, your soil will settle one day and your slab could crack.